Hello and welcome to a new episode of Underground, the show that brings you the latest on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, among others. I am Muntaha Mu'adhin. Let's start today's show with our collection of videos. In Saudi Arabia, the recent campaign by Saudi women to drive has sparked different reactions and led a Saudi group of satirists to resort to a famous Bob Marley song to comment. The outcome was the following YouTube video, which has gone viral, scoring more than 3 million views within a few days.
Hello, my name is Hisham Faghi. I'm an artist and social activist. I don't really listen to music, but while studying in the US, I heard a song by a Jamaican guy that really caught my attention. I decided to do my own rendition, with lyrics relevant to my culture, but without musical instruments. And now, with the help of some of my talented friends, I sing.
I remember when you used to sit in the family car, the back seat. Of course the driver can take you everywhere, because the queens don't drive. But you can cook for me my dinner, of which I share with you. Your feet is your only carriage, but only inside the house. And when I say it, I mean it. No woman, no drive. No woman, no drive. Oh, brothers and sisters, don't touch that wheel. No woman, no drive.
Another video has surfaced from Saudi Arabia of a migrant worker being severely beaten by a Saudi employer. The video has triggered public anger and sparked an unprecedented reaction on social media. The Saudi man in the video, who has not been named, accused the worker of trying to phone his wife. Then he slapped him before he severely attacked his victim with a belt.
تيجي مرة ثانية هنا؟
لا والله ثلاثة أنا ما أريد.
ثاني مرة ما يجي هنا؟
والله قسم بالله ما يجي.
وين نفر ثاني صديق؟
والله أنا ما في معلوم بابا والله.
ما في معلوم كيف يجي
والله
لك جوال؟
ها؟
جوال كيف يجي لك؟ نزل! ها؟
إيش؟
جوال كيف يحصل جوال؟ أنت كلم مدام. أنا إيش يقول أنت سعودي؟ أنت كلم مدام؟
لا والله.
أنا معلوم صوت يا حيوان. إيش كلم ارفع راسك فوق؟ إيش كلم مدام؟
كذا قال هذا. مين؟
إيش كلم مدام أنت نفر سعودي؟
مين أنا ما في كلام والله.
مين كلام سوا؟
ما في معلوم أنا.
أنت كذاب. لحظة.
خلاص أنا بكذا موت.
أنا يبغى موت. أنا يبغى موت. أنت ما بيسوي كذا. أنا
بكذا موت والله كويس.
يبغى موت؟ يبغى موت أنت؟ ها؟ فو عليك اللي خلفوك يا ابن الكلب.
طشرت علي. طشرت علي. اقعد. 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 بابا. بابا.
ايش الموضوع؟ ها؟ اقعد
education is essential. It helps develop new interests and build future careers. However, acquiring college education costs families a lot of money. That's why most parents seek financial assistance from schools. Yet the question is, how much financial aid should you expect, and what is the bottom line cost for sending your kids to college? The answer is in the following video.
This formula comes from Troy Onek, a Forbes contributor who happens to know an awful lot about college financial aid planning. So here's the formula, and I'll tell you what they're trying to get at here. The concept is that the college wants you to chip in a certain percentage of your assets every year and a certain fraction of your after-tax income. They get pretty greedy here because the assets, after a certain allowance, get taxed at a 5% annual rate. You have money set aside, they want to take 5% of it. Your income, here we're talking about after-tax income, gets taxed at a much higher rate, 46%. Again, you're allowed a certain safe harbor amount, a pittance to live on before they start essentially grabbing a piece of it. We'll take an example of a middle-class family that has $150,000 of assets. That means that about $100,000 is going to get hit up with this 5% tax. And they have an income after taxes, that's very important, it's an after-tax income, take-home pay of $75,000. That's going to get hit up at a certain 40% rate after allowing for a safe harbor, a pittance to live on, the $30,000 you've got. So if you crank all these numbers into a formula, you'll find this middle-class family is expected to chip in around $26,000 a year for college. What if they got one kid and they're sending that kid to a $25,000 college, maybe a state college? No aid. They're supposed to be able to front the whole cost themselves out of their assets and their income. What if they've got two kids, each at $30,000 schools? That's a total bill of $60,000. You subtract the 26 that they're supposed to chip in. That means that 34 is supposed to be some kind of financial aid. If it's a good school, it'll be a grant and aid. It'll be a need-based aid. It'll just cut your bill. If it's at a less prosperous school, it might be in the form of a loan or something less desirable. Now, what do you do with these numbers? It gives you a ballpark. That's all it does. You can get a much more exact number, college by college, by going to each college's online cost calculator. And you'll find that you're putting in a lot of stuff that I didn't even cover in this formula here. I assumed a family of 4. Well, if you have 27 children, it's going to come out differently. You'll put all that into the college calculator, but this will give you a very good sense of just how expensive college is supposed to be for your family.
Now in technology, Samsung was fined $340,000 for employing people to post negative comments about competitors' products. This came after Taiwan's Fair Trade Commission found Samsung guilty of using a marketing company called OpenTide. This company hires activists who used more than 200 fake accounts to leave tens of thousands of negative comments on more than 4,000 competitors' websites. Details in the video.
Samsung fined for employing writers to badmouth competitors' products. Taiwan's Fair Trade Commission has fined electronics maker Samsung $340,000 for employing people to post negative comments online about competitors' products. Samsung was found to have hired a marketing company called OpenTide to hire an army of writers who used more than 200 dummy accounts to leave tens of thousands of negative comments on more than 4,000 websites. The campaign was designed to attack Samsung's competition while trumpeting the advantages of its own products.
这样的一个行为呢，是影响重要的这个交易秩序，然后对于重要的一个资讯有所隐蔽。
Taiwan's Fair Trade Commission took more than 6 months to investigate the case and has confirmed Samsung's illegal underground trade with OpenTide. OpenTide was also fined $90,000 US.
Now we will show the top topics circulating on social media. A wide social media reaction to the first sectless newborn baby in Lebanon. The baby's parents were able to register their newborn into the Lebanese courts, leaving the sect field blank, which impressed many. Even Lebanese President Michel Suleiman wrote to the couple, "Congratulations to Nidal and Khulud and to all Lebanese on the birth of Ghadi, first newborn registered without a sect. Yet other netizens thought that this baby will not be able to get future employment since the Lebanese constitution distributes jobs based on sects, not merits. Another social media lead, this time out of Pakistan. Pakistani netizens took to Twitter to denounce civilians' deaths caused by the US drone strikes on the country. This coincides with the report released by Amnesty International, which states that drone strikes carried out by the US in Pakistan and Yemen are war crimes, and those responsible should stand trial. Now let's stop for our short break and then we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Pollution and climate change, medicine manipulation, genetically modified food, the destruction of wildlife, and corporate exploitation. These are all part of the new terrorism threatening our future.
Eco-terrorism, global awakening to a world under threat.
Welcome back. Today we are joined by Mr. Ashraf Kanjo, who's a web developer and a social media expert. Mr. Kanjo will talk to us about the latest decision by Facebook to allow graphic content on the social network. Welcome to Underground.
Hi, thank you so much.
Mr. Kanjo, before we start, we will take a look at a report on the people's reaction to this decision by Facebook.
Violent videos. So instead of not showing graphic videos, Facebook kept these videos but issued a warning message. It states, "Warning, this video contains extremely graphic content and may be upsetting." The major social network defends its decision, stating that the company has always been a platform for people to share videos and users can post violent videos as long as they condemn violent acts rather than celebrate them. This argument angered many and led to a response from Britain Cameron, accusing Facebook of irresponsibility and demanding the social networking site explain its decision to parents. Now, on ground, the response came quick when a video of beheading of a Mexican woman went viral on the site. Users were shocked and tweeted their frustration. One wrote, "For some reason, a video of an actual beheading was on my newsfeed." Another added, "I don't ever need to watch a beheading video." This mounting pressure by politicians and the public made Facebook take a U-turn on beheading videos. The video was removed, but Facebook insisted it had not reversed or changed any policies as a result of the controversy.
Mr. Kanjo, what do you say about the step by Facebook to allow graphic videos?
Honestly, I believe Facebook has a spotty track record of their allowing or banning content on their platform. They banned this kind of videos last May, and then now we are facing another issue as mentioned in the report. This was brought up mainly after the video which was viral on the social network after the Mexican woman which has been murdered by the guy. And this one brought up a lot of argument about it, especially by David Cameron, who requested the platform to remove it. And then there was a problem from Facebook side reviewing the video, and then they said that it was kind of irresponsible action, and it's kind of encouraging the action. This is why they decided to go back and remove the video, and then they also wanted to enforce their policy regarding this kind of videos.
Okay, but what do you think about Facebook when it says that it allows these videos in order for people to condemn it?
Yeah, this is as well like a very controversial issue, because I myself have been posting a lot of things on the page I manage, and then there was saying that there were claims that these things are like encouraging policies which are not allowed by Facebook. Meanwhile, they were normal pictures. So there is a gap between issuing these criteria for the banning and applying them. Personally, I believe this topic should be brought up, because if we keep silence and keeping the eye shut on these topics, that means they will stay in the bottom. Nobody knows about them. And at the same time, the ban which the argument which was brought up lately, it was mainly because of a lady in Mexico, and that was spread on the European side. Meanwhile, you have, after the so-called Arab Spring, a lot of videos, and nobody brought up the topic at that time. I myself...
Okay, but this started before this beheading video. I mean, Facebook allowed these videos before the beheading one, but they took a U-turn after the beheading video. But here I want to know, Facebook was condemned and people were outraged online because of this, whereas other social media networks such as YouTube, let's say, has these videos. Why is it about Facebook here?
In here, I need to mention and highlight very important thing. Though YouTube and Facebook are very similar to the place of the ranking they have, you have Facebook with 1 billion and 15 million user, which is the second most visited website on the internet, and then you have YouTube. But social network like YouTube is like a video platform, and it didn't succeed to be a social as much as the social platforms you have like Facebook. And here you have, when you speak about Facebook, it's always a different case. Facebook with
13 years old, actually 13 years old users can use Facebook and can have accounts.
Exactly, but this issue cannot be solved as well in YouTube, because you can register and claim that you are more than 13 and you still can view the website. This is the issue of the age has not been solved by all the platforms which restrict children from getting on them.
Also, but one comment that we included on Twitter, the lady said, "I just saw that video, it was on my news feed." So she didn't go in order to check the video just appeared on the news feed on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. This is the main challenge, I think. After applying the policies of allowing these videos, there should be a strength criteria for allowing or not allowing the user to see these things without his permission. Like you have some control in your news feed to ban these videos from showing on your news feed, especially like when you check your Facebook on the morning and you're not in the mood, you're going to work, you're doing your job, and then suddenly such a video pops up. It may ruin all your day. And especially what if you have your kid beside you? Let's assume that he doesn't have a Facebook account and he sees that content. This is why this topic has been raised up from the Internet Child Protection, which they have spoken a lot about the issue and what may result after these videos.
Okay. Now, if we look at the economical side of this issue, we say that Facebook earns money because of users. The more users, the more money Facebook earns. So, isn't Facebook afraid of losing these people and in consequence also losing advertisers?
This is a very important issue because as well it's controversy about the people who are doing the campaigns and advertisement on Facebook. I myself personally manage a lot of advertising campaigns on Facebook, and I strongly believe that social networks should be a reflection for what happens on reality. Like you cannot live two lives, one in reality and the other on the virtual network. Like if there are crimes committed on the ground, this thing should come up on the social media. And if I, as advertiser, believe that the social media is a beauty image of life, taking out all the bad things, I will never have like a trust relationship with this social network. Mm-hmm. This is why it depends on the advertiser whether he believes this thing should go on or not. And this is as well, there was a controversy between people who are advertising, either they are supporting or not supporting. And, mm-hmm. and honestly, the percentage are so like similar to each other. Like you can say 60% are not supporting, 40% are supporting. Okay. So as well as it's a controversy issue.
Okay, Mr. Ashraf Kanju, thank you so much for joining us on Underground today. You are a web developer and a social media expert.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Moving on to social media news and views. Google launched its new Project Shield, which the company says can help protect news organizations and human rights groups from cyber attacks. The software aims to protect sites frequently subjected to politically motivated denial of service. The company also revealed a U-proxy feature designed to bypass the government surveillance programs so that users can surf the web freely. After Google's Android was about to overtake Apple's iOS as the best-selling tablet platform, Apple launched its iPad Air. The tablet is 20% thinner than its predecessor and weighs just 1 pound, down from 1.4 pounds to iPad 4. The tablet's battery life is estimated to be 12 hours, and the device is predicted to be faster. Finally, our video of the week. It is of an adorable toddler who gives a warm happy birthday wish to her puppy. Take a look. That was all on Underground for today. Our thanks for watching. Bye-bye.